Hey, look at that. We're going on air even. That's nice. There's a weird hum going on in here.
It's not in the headphones. I'm checking.
Huh. Weird.
I think it's probably one of the planes.
Yeah, all right. Hello, this is Computer Guru Show. Holy moly.
That didn't throw us off or anything.
No, there's a bit of a timing issue today.
Yeah.
By the way, if you were calling in for the Mi Casa, Su Casa contest, he said to call back next week. That'll make life easier. Hold on, I got to do some volume adjustments.
Got it?
Got to get everything. Everything's got to be just so. Anyway, welcome to the Computer Guru Show. My name is Mike, here to deal with your technology needs and treat you like a person in the process. 790-2040 if you want to be part of the show. It is your 1 hour of free tech support. And, of course, we have Tara here.
Yo.
And Kent over there, who's obviously distracted. Yeah, and his
Throat hurts.
His voice doesn't work.
Poor Kent.
Kent running the board, though.
It's that season.
It is that season. So if you have the plague, just don't come near me.
Don't go near anyone. Stay home.
Yeah.
Get better.
We have a rule at the office. Mm-hmm. Oh, you know this rule.
Yes, I do.
You went through orientation.
Yes, I did.
So there's a rule that's it's not official, but it's something along the lines of if you come to work sick, everybody else gets to just not be nice to you because nobody wants to be sick.
You are then ostracized.
Right. Go home. It's you can't do that. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get into the groove here now. Gotta assume the guru pose. Sort of relax and
meditate.
Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and take a call here. We'll talk to Steve. Hello, Steve. How you doing?
Hi. Just got a new computer with Windows 10. I'm thoroughly confused, but should I install McAfee? I keep getting a prompt. No?
The answer is no.
Okay. No is perfectly good. Thank you very much.
Well, there's more to it than that. So you got Windows 10 on there.
Yes.
Go ahead and take McAfee off, uninstall it through the add remove programs, and then go to malwarebytes.org, download the paid version.
Yes.
The $30 version of Malwarebytes.
Yes, I've already looked into that.
Now, once you do that, you're good to go.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice day, Steve.
Bye.
Well, that was quick and easy.
That was a great question.
It was a great question. Okay. So Howard and I are trying to put together this little contest here.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're trying to come up with something, and I think I've got it. So I'm just going to go ahead and announce it prematurely.
Okay.
Just because that's what I do. Because I'm the boss, and everybody else has to scramble to keep up.
Well,
so
there you go.
It's perfect. So, for right now, $100 virus removal is $50 off if you go to Harrison. So you have to go to 64 North Harrison, drop your machine off for virus removal. You get $50 off.
That's a good deal.
Now, for you business owners out there, or anybody who knows a business owner, if they go and they drop off their business card over there at Harrison, and once we have collected some business cards, we're going to do a bit of a drawing.
Okay.
And there's going to be some giveaways. All right. And the grand prize will be 6 months of GPS for every machine that you have for free.
Nice.
All right. So that depends on how many machines you have, but there's some value there. So you will get effectively unlimited support for 6 months for your business for nothing. All you have to do is drop your business card off over at Harrison and be the winner. Be the one that we draw. Be the one that comes out of the hat or
That's
the box.
a good giveaway.
Or whatever. Now, there's going to be some runner-up gifts as well, and I'm still working on those.
Okay.
But you know the grand prize, and that's the one you want.
That's the one everyone wants.
It's the one it's definitely the one you should want because
you're always aiming for the grand
imagine
prize.
having free support.
Yeah.
For 6 months. Cost you nothing. All it costs you is a business card. So it does cost something, I guess.
Yeah.
But business cards are cheap, right?
Yeah.
Cheap enough.
Depends on if you buy in bulk or not.
That's right. If you buy one at a time, they're kind of expensive.
Yes, they are.
And the Christmas giveaway. All right. So we're going to make this a permanent thing.
Okay.
So if you have somebody that you want to nominate for the giveaway, somebody who needs a computer in a big way, and they've got a good story, because good stories are really what sell here. then you should nominate them. Go to the website, go to gurushow.com. You can nominate them for the giveaway. But here's the other side of it. We also need machines to be donated that we can fix up, rehab, and turn them into usable machines. This is your opportunity to be a better human and basically,
Contribute,
yeah. Be a part of this process. Because I live this sort of rule where it's like, my rule is to be a better human today than I was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want other people to follow suit. We're going to pay it forward here. We're going to give people machines. We're going to give them away and just say, here, you need to be able to do your homework, or your kids do, or something.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a computer for you. And you have an opportunity to be a part of that process. So if you have an older machine, maybe you got a new one for Christmas or something.
A lot of people did.
Then you can give away your old one. And we will happily find a place for that machine. Give it a new home. And it'll be great.
It's for a good cause.
There's
the buzzing
heck
again.
is going on there?
That is
I
very random.
I can't hear the canteen.
That's not a plane. That's something else.
Yeah, it's something else going on. Who knows? The Cox truck's outside.
Maybe it's the heat. Maybe it's the heater.
No, Ken's nodding his head. Yeah, that's the heater
kicking on.
It's not that cold.
What? It's cold enough.
It is not that cold. Okay, so yeah, go down to Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
Drop off a business card. And, if you want to save $50 on a virus removal or cleanup, basically, if you want $50 off on what we're doing for you, you're going to go over to Harrison.
It's a good deal.
I think it's worth driving across town.
It's a nice location.
It is a nice location. Alrighty then.
We actually broadcasted from there before.
We did.
For the grand opening.
All right, show's over. Time to go home.
Yeah, there we go. And we're done.
All right, 790-2040 if you want to be part of the show. Let's take a moment to mention our sponsor. Our sponsor is Perfection Auto Works. Mike Emery and the guys, they're great over there. They do a good job. You can tell because you can't get an appointment forever. Speaking of, no, see, look at that disappointed look on your face. Oh, Tara.
Did you see that bus that just went by, Ken? Did you see it?
Tara was just under it. I just threw her under the bus.
Yeah.
Anyway, Perfection Auto Works, they specialize in very nice cars. Like mine.
Maybe buses.
And buses. I don't know. Mike, do you work on buses? You gotta let me know because I just threw Tara under it. Anyway, visit their website, perfectionautoworks.com, and listen to their ad, which is coming up right now on the Computer Guru Show. We'll be right back.
Computer troubles? Need some advice? Call in now. Mike Swanson will be back after these messages. The Computer Guru Show, AM 1030, KVOY, The Voice. Your technology guru, Mike Swanson, is answering all your questions one by one.
Yes, science!
So chime in with yours. The website is gurushow.com. Tune in, click in, and kick back. This is the Computer Guru Show.
Welcome back to the Computer Guru Show. My name is Mike, here to deal with your technology needs and treat you like a person in the process. 790-2040 if you want to be part of the show. It's 520-790-2040. So Forbes just released their 30 under 30. Mm-hmm. And that's always a good read. And I know lots of our clients, they visit the Forbes.
Yeah, I do too.
All right, so
I like the 30 under 30 list, even though now I will never be on it.
Yeah, well, the Forbes 30 under 30, in order to view it, they were basically saying, hey, you have to turn off your pop-up blocker in order to see this article. And so, being the good Forbes readers that they are, they turned off their pop-up blockers and were immediately served with malware by the Forbes website.
Yes.
And got their machines infected by an advertisement that's running on the page.
Good job, Forbes.
So, Forbes, we need to have a talk.
Especially since one of the 30 under 30 was a security researcher.
Right. He's an IT security researcher. And this is a sad thing. But here's the deal. Basically, I don't go to websites that don't work without the pop-up blocker. No. Right? So if I go to a website and they decide that they don't want to show me the content unless I turn off the pop-up blocker, it's totally not worth reading. I'm just not doing it. And I'm a person that's been running like my machine, my personal computer. I've been running for 10 years with no antivirus. All right, it's just I don't need it. I just have a good pop-up blocker, some malware bytes on there. That's it. Don't need any of that stuff. And the pop-up blocker, a good pop-up blocker, is really a key component of that to keep you from getting infected. So if you go to a website and they're like, hey, you want to see this video? You have to turn off your pop-up blocker. Or do you want to read this article? You got to turn off your pop-up blocker. You say, no, just go away. And I think that, if we get enough of us to do it, of the population, then, they're going to have to change their strategy a little bit on how they're going to advertise. The advertisements that are potentially dangerous to your machine, they shouldn't be doing. No. And they're not doing a good thing. They're not doing you any services at all by telling you to turn off your pop-up blocker. Just don't do it.
Well, and if you really want to see the content, I guarantee you can find it somewhere else.
Right. Just ask somebody else who has an infection because they probably read it.
Well, regardless of that. But I mean, even with the Forbes 30 under 30, you can find other articles detailing who was on the 30 under 30.
Right.
So if you really want to know, you can find it somewhere else.
Well, now you have to do some research.
There you go.
Just don't turn off your pop-up blocker.
Love
now,
internet
speaking
research.
of, if you want a decent pop-up blocker, AdBlock Plus is okay. Mm-hmm. It's decent. It's all right. They've kind of sold out.
Yeah.
So there are some domains that are now allowed to spam you with advertisement because they've paid the pop-up blocker people.
I use them and uBlock.
uBlock is probably the one that you're going to end up using if you want to stop everything. uBlock doesn't mess around.
No.
In fact, uBlock will make things not work in some cases.
Depends.
We'll say it has a certain zeal to pop-up blocking. But uBlock is pretty decent. It's very passionate.
It's very passionate about its job.
It does a good job. Let's go ahead and talk to Larry. Hey, Larry, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Yourself?
Not bad. What can I do for you?
Well, I installed a solid-state hard drive in my machine. I cloned it, what have you, with the current one. And then when I started it up in that, we had to load it real quickly in that. But I noticed that the air coming out of the fan of the laptop was getting kind of warm. And I said, wow, what's going on here? And that. So I replaced 500 gigabytes with a 1,000 gigabyte solid state drive from SunDisk.
Wow.
Ultra 2. I got a good price for it.
I hope so.
I did. It was $200.
You got a terabyte solid state for $200?
Yep.
That's a smoking deal right there.
Well, I agree. But anyways, like I said, I cloned it in there. It come up, and I mean, it came up like in a blink of an eye.
Right.
But I noticed that the heat, the exhaust from the fan on the computer was getting warm. And I said, whoa, this is not good. So I quickly shut it down and put the old one back in until I get to talk to you.
Okay. Is it still warm with the old one in there?
No. But back to the normal.
There's a certain amount of it should be warm all the time anyway, because that's just sort of the way the laptops work.
Well, maybe because it has an i7 in there, which is a fast processor, and the faster they usually are and faster clock speeds, that generate more heat.
Well, it will generate more heat, yes. I don't think that that's really all that big of a concern, unless the machine is shutting down due to a thermal issue. They're going to run hot anyway. That's just sort of the way laptops do it, especially if they have i7s in them.
Oh, well, but the one I have in here is a Seagate 500 gigabyte. It's
less hot?
Cool. No, it's cool.
Yeah, it shouldn't be cool. But regardless of the fact, I mean, if it's thinking harder, right, doing things faster, it's going to be a little bit warmer. So I would not be overly concerned about it unless it's so hot that the machine shuts down. Okay,
so there's safety checks in there to prevent it from melting down.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of thermal throttling that's happening in the processor itself So if the processor overheats or the thermal sensor for the BIOS says that it's too hot, it'll shut the machine off.
Okay.
So if there is too much heat, it'll shut down on its own. So
Okay.
Until then,
So
you're probably fine.
Okay. I have another question.
Sure, go ahead.
When should we install Windows 10? Is it stable enough, or
If you're on 7, we're telling people to wait. You're probably going to be somewhere around April.
as I keep getting the flag here, it says, it's time to update.
Right? There's a way to turn that off, actually.
Well, that's all right. I can just kill it every time it shows up, but that's a kind of reminder that you got to do it.
Well, you probably should do it. You don't have to, by the way. This is not a mandatory thing. This is very optional. But the only thing that you get for doing it within their time frame is that it's free.
Right.
So don't sweat it right yet. We're telling people to wait if they're on 7 for a little while. If they're on 8 or 8.1, they should upgrade now, yesterday, last week, 6 months ago. But if they're on 7, then they should wait for a little while.
Okay, the other question thing is, so I could download the program, but don't execute it until I'm ready.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, okay.
You don't need 3 terabytes taken up on your drive, first of all. And secondly, by the time you do the upgrade, it'll be a different install to begin with, because they'll have changed everything by then. So just go ahead and wait.
All right.
Appreciate the call, Larry.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You
Bye.
too.
Yeah, they just did a major update on Windows 10.
It's kind of like a little microservice pack.
Yeah, it took forever.
You have slow internet.
Well, I pay for the fastest I can get, but, it's Comcast. It is what it is.
It is what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not Google Fiber. Google, who should be making Google Fiber here? I'm just saying.
Google Fiber should make Google Fiber be here. Hello, Google. Are you listening?
No, they're not.
I think is interesting because the cable companies, they have this boundary, right, where they're saying, if you live in this geographical area, you're not allowed to have competition, right? You can't choose from either cable company. But the Comcast building, the old Galleria on Oracle, they turned it into a Comcast call center, and it is firmly in a Cox area. So I'm really wondering how they're going to pull that off.
Turf war. That's how they're going to pull it off, turf war.
That would be awesome. I totally want to see like Cox and Comcast employees just.
You see all the utility trucks.
I want it to look like a sort of like a high-tech Renaissance fair, where they're jousting and
utility trucks just rolling up. Guys getting out of there, rolling up their sleeves. Turf war.
That would be awesome. That would be great.
They're all getting their readers out. I'm imagining this in my head. It's great.
The thing is that they would all be giving each other the wrong answer to all of their questions.
And charging all of them for being there.
This is going to cost you $80, mister. Here's the wrong answer.
Kent is now dying on the other side of the class.
You're killing me, man. You're killing me.
All right, let's go ahead and take a break.
Yeah.
So when we come back, we're going to talk about more technology stuff. This is your opportunity to get your free tech support for the week. Give us a call, 790-2040. That's 520-790-2040. We'll be right back with more of the Computer Guru Show.
Your computer guru, Mike Swanson, is here to help you tame that beast of a machine. Join the chat right now at gurushow.com or call in. This is the Computer Guru Show on KVOY, The Voice. Mike Swanson, your computer guru, is just a click away. Listen and watch at gurushow.com. This is the Computer Guru Show on KVOI, The Voice.
Welcome back to the Computer Guru Show. My name is Mike, here to deal with your technology needs and treat you like a person in the process. So in the chat room, people are asking how to disable the Windows 10 tracking services / uninstall Skype, because Skype is very irritating. So is OneDrive, by the way, if you happen to have Windows 10. If you're one of the, sane human beings that doesn't use OneDrive, Terra.
I have a Windows phone. It syncs, okay? When I had my Android phone, I had Google Plus for my backup for my pictures. Now I have OneDrive.
I don't want to hear your excuses. All right, so I put a link in the chat room for those who want...
Excuses or reasoning?
I was getting quite the look over here. So, yeah, there's a link in the chat room if you want to download the application that will uninstall all of those crazy default apps that Windows 10 forces you to have. Or you can selectively choose which ones you want to get rid of, by the way. It doesn't just wipe everything off of your computer. And it also gives you the ability to turn off the Windows 10 telemetry? Telemetry. What is going on? All right.
Blah, 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 blah.
It's because I don't have my energy drink. That's what's going on today. So you can turn off all of the tracking information in Windows 10 also.
Okay.
Let's take some calls here. Let's start with Shane. Hello, Shane. How are you?
Hey, how's it going, Mike?
I'm good. Except for I can't speak today.
I bought a TrendNet TN200 NAS enclosure, put 2 drives in it, set it up. It's a mirror. I did the mirrored RAID setup.
Good.
So I can back up everything like we had discussed a few shows ago. And I have a hard drive I take back and forth with me for my work, and then I set this one up. And my original idea was to put it at somebody else's house and basically just incrementally back it up so that there'd be multiple backups of all of our data.
Okay.
When I set it up and got everything copied, I discovered that TrendNet, you either have to do it only works with Linux. So my computer, when I come home and set the hard drive I run around with, my Windows computer won't connect to it, through the internet because it will only, I guess, work Linux. And it says it offers FTP, or it will actually do Amazon S3 cloud-based backups.
Right.
And I just wanted to ask you, what do you suggest or what do you recommend? I just want to basically be able to set this up at another person's home, and then basically once every 1 week or 2 or whenever I feel I have a lot of data that's changed, come home to my house, plug it into the internet, and tell it to go back up basically to that other, my portable, my drive I'm taking back and forth to back up to that server.
Okay. There's several ways that you can pull this off. None of them are good radio. But I'll just say that there's a bunch of different ways that you can make this so that it's sort of a hands-off, always up-to-date copy of your data.
Okay.
So there are ways to pull this off. I'm not going to go over them on the radio with you. However,
okay. Yes.
What you can do is you can call and we can set up an appointment, and I can teach you how to do it, and or help you do it. That's kind of your call on how much help you want versus the cost of services provided. But there's definitely some ways to do that. But I would much rather you not get into a situation where I give you a half answer on the radio and then you end up wiping things out or hurting yourself. So,
without going into the long explanation, I was wondering, I know you offer backup services for businesses and everything.
Yes.
Data protection. And I considered, having me with my hard drive that I'm running around with, moving around and going different places, and then this, the NAS server sitting at somebody else's house, and then, would it be good to hire you guys and have you set up as, you're kind of like the in-between backup that would work between us and basically keep you could set up a system like that?
Possibly, but I would much rather get a better feel for your situation. So,
okay.
So I'm going to have you call the office, 304-8300. And,
okay, appreciate it.
And get an appointment set up so we can talk about your stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
And then we'll figure out what we're going to do.
You guys have a great show.
Well, thank you very much, Shane. I appreciate that.
You have a great weekend, Mike.
Thanks. Let's move on and talk to Tom. Hello, Tom. How are you?
Hi. Thanks for taking my call. Yeah, you guys are great. Got a problem with when we're browsing in Google Chrome and tab Windows. We get this ad that constantly pops up. It says ads by Gameflight, and it says recommended sites, and it gives you 6 options to go to.
Right.
sometimes it takes like 10 seconds before you can hit X on it. And we've run Security Essentials, and then I've run Malwarebytes, the free version, and it's still there.
Okay. And it only happens in Chrome?
Well, that's the only browser we're using, yeah.
Okay.
And it's only on my son's login account. It's
Right.
Windows 7.
There's probably an extension on there in Chrome. So do you know how to get to the extensions setting in Chrome?
Yeah, I went to advanced settings, I cleared the cookies, and that didn't help.
Yeah, well, there's probably an extension in there. You're in the similar place, right, to get to clearing where you clear the cookies. But there is, on the left-hand side, when you're in the settings for Chrome, there is an extensions section.
Okay.
And in there's very likely some extension that is causing the problem. Delete them all. No extensions.
Okay.
And unless you use Google Drive, and then you'll want to leave that one on.
Okay.
Or you have a pop-up blocker of some type, you can leave that one on. But go through and delete anything you don't recognize. It'll probably say GameFlight on it, and it will be causing your pop-ups. Your other option is that there is a software called Adware Cleaner, ADW Cleaner. And that will very likely solve all of those problems for you.
Okay, so that was
ADW Cleaner.
Okay. Why do you guys recommend the purchase version of Malwarebytes versus the free?
It stops you from having these problems.
Okay, so it would take care of this, huh?
Yeah, well, the paid version would have stopped it from installing in the first place.
Oh.
Whereas the free version is only an after-the-fact cleanup.
Right, I see.
So if you want active protection, it's just that the paid version is absolutely worth the $30 a year to keep 3 machines safe.
Do you still need Microsoft Essentials, Security Essentials?
You should still have some type of antivirus on there, yes.
Okay. Thanks for the information.
All right, appreciate the call, Tom.
Bye.
And we're going to talk to Dave. Hello, Dave.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well.
You know what? I have an iPad question.
Okay.
I went to download an app on the iPad. It told me the version wasn't current enough. So I went through the process of upgrading. It did the backup. And then when it started to download, it just shut down, and I got an icon of iTunes with a UBS cord pointing at it. And even Apple, over the phone, couldn't get me out of it. Where am I at on this, if I could ask that?
Well, you bring it down to me, I'll make it work.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't have to send it out of town?
No.
Okay. You know what? Is that? Can you give me your hours and when I could drop that off?
We're open today, 10 to 5. Actually, both locations are open today. So either 510 East Fort Lowell if you're on the central or west, or if you're on the east side, you can go to 64 North Harrison.
Sounds good. I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. Bye-bye.
So, yeah, whenever the USB pointing to iTunes thing, yeah, something really not good happened there. And it basically says, hey, I need to restore from a backup because life is not good. So there's a couple of options. Is that most people don't have iTunes backups anymore because they only use the cloud ones. But depending on last time that a backup was done, I mean, technically he could do it himself. He can plug it in the USB cable into his computer with iTunes running. It should restore the at least the operating system back to the iPad. But if you're concerned about any data that's on there, then yeah, bring it down.
Yeah.
So we can take a look at it and make sure we can restore stuff.
You don't want to lose a bunch of your stuff.
Especially people are now using iPads as cameras, and I don't get it, but
well, to each his own. That's all I gotta say.
That's all
I don't have any Mac products, no Apple products, nothing. None.
Really?
Zero.
None?
Zip. None.
None at all?
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
Never have.
But you use OneDrive.
Well,
Let's go ahead and take another break.
It's Windows, not Apple.
That's true. I'm just saying. Just saying, Tara.
What do you want from me?
790-2040 if you want to be a part of the show. We'll be right back after berating Tara over the break for her Microsoft products.
Whether you're dealing with hardware installation or, heaven forbid, a virus,
No!
Mike Swanson is answering all your questions one by one. So call in or chat in with yours. The website, gurushow.com. Tune in, click in, and kick back. This is the Computer Guru Show on AM 1030 KVOY The Voice. Mike Swanson, your computer guru, is just a click away. Listen and watch at gurushow.com. This is the Computer Guru Show.
Welcome back to the Computer Guru Show. My name is Mike, here to deal with your technology needs and treat you like a person in the process. 790-2040. This is your last opportunity this week for your free tech support. So, Fitbit.
Yeah.
My dad got one for Christmas, one of those fancy Fitbits with the heart rate monitoring.
I was wanting one before.
Well, now they're in a class action lawsuit for faulty heart rate monitoring.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean that they're monitoring faulty hearts, which they may be.
They could be.
Could be. There's a statistical likelihood that is actually happening. However, apparently their heart rate monitoring isn't all that great, and people are very unhappy about it.
Well, it's a big discrepancy from what it was reporting to.
Yeah.
Heart rate of over 160, and it was only reading 82.
Ooh, yeah. Well, should push harder.
You can do it!
That's right.
Just do it!
Just work out harder.
Yep.
Well, yeah, maybe that's dangerous.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Stop it. So, yeah, it's dangerous if you are thinking that your heart rate is only 80 something and it's
double
twice that. So, yeah, basically if you're using any type of optical heart rate monitoring, then it's not necessarily accurate, and you should not use that as the basis of how hard you're going to push yourself.
I wonder if the Fitbit lawyers, though, are going to push for they weren't like wearing it appropriately.
I'm sure that they're going to pull an Apple and say that it was not being held properly.
Yeah. Or
installed upon your person properly. Still, it's one of those things where the Fitbits are kind of they're toys like they're gimmicky. Yeah. They're not accurate at anything, not even their step counters, which is kind of how they started.
How's the Microsoft Band compared to Fitbit?
That Band is pretty awesome.
Is it?
Yeah. But, it also uses heart rate or optical heart rate monitoring. Mm-hmm. Does it a little bit differently than the Fitbit does. And that's why it's less comfortable to wear.
And more expensive.
Yeah. It seems to do a better job. We're going to do this call here? No, let's talk to Ruth. Hello, Ruth. How are you?
Okay.
How can I help you?
I forgot my password, and then I remembered my password, and now I can't get in. I'm locked out.
Okay. Sure?
Windows 7, laptop, HP.
How's it telling you you're locked out?
It won't let me go past the password.
Okay. So
it doesn't use the word lockout.
All right, good. I just want to make sure it didn't say you were actually locked out. So, are you sure you remember your password?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I'd be glad to be wrong, but I really believe I got the password and it won't let me in.
I'm thinking that you might be wrong, but we can reset your password for you.
How's that possible?
Well, we are the computer gurus. So if you want to bring it on down to one of the locations, we can reset your password for you.
How much will I have to pay for that?
Password resets are $40.
Oh, well, I guess I won't be seeing you.
I'll make you the freebie of the week. How's that?
Oh!
Go get your password reset, Ruth.
Okay, so, and what if I'm wrong? What if it isn't a password thing?
Well, then that's a different story.
All right.
But if it's just a password problem, we can just take your password off of there, and you'll be my charity case of the week.
Okay, and you said there was 2 locations.
Yes.
Did you say something about Fort Lowell?
Yeah, 510 East Fort Lowell.
510, and you said you're open today till when?
Till 5 o'clock.
So I can go over there till 5 o'clock?
Yep.
510 East Fort Lowell. That's over by
It's First in Fort Lowell.
Yeah, but what used to be Amphi Plaza, which is almost dying.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's west of that. But go on over there. We'll reset your password for you.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks for the call, Ruth.
Bye-bye.
I've done that. I've forgotten that I reset my password. And I'm like, I know that this is the password, except it was the password before I reset my password like 2 more times or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there, but we'll reset the password. That's not a big deal.
It can be done. We have the technology.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go around calling yourself Computer Guru unless you can back it up. We can take the password off of there.
There you go.
There you go.
Zen.
You
really need an energy drink.
Today I've been just
or at least a Dr. Pepper or something.
I just need to, I don't know, I'm having a problem being in the zone today. It's one of those days.
It's been a weird week. It's been a long week.
It has not been a pleasant week.
I'm sorry.
So, yeah. All right, so let's cover the things that we have to cover. We are giving away Computer Guru services, the GPS services. You can get 6 months of free support for your business. Basically, it's going to cost you nothing. All you have to do is enter the contest by dropping off a business card for the contest at Harrison, 64 North Harrison, next to Buffalo Wild Wings, and you'll be entered into the drawing. When we make that drawing, the grand prize is 6 months of free GPS support for every computer that you have. That's a lot of money.
It's like when you enter for a free lunch, except it's better than a free lunch.
It's way better than a free lunch. In fact, one of the runners-up will have to do a free lunch.
There you go.
Just to be like,
free lunch.
See which one's
business
better.
Business card, free lunch.
So, yeah, drop your business card off over at 64 North Harrison. Also, if you want to save $50 on your services, like you're getting a virus removal, cleanup, anything like that, $50 less if you go over to Harrison, 64 North Harrison.
Just only at that location.
Yep, it's just that location. So tell your friends about it. Also, if you know anybody who owns a business and you hear them complain about their IT services, you tell them to come drop their business card off over there so that they may win the GPS support. If not, we do free consultations to help any of your businesses out. So you just give us a call. We'll come out. We'll make sure that everything is working the way it's supposed to and help you find a better way to do it.
Tip-top shape.
Tip-top. Cheerio. I don't know.
Pip, pip.
Let's take a moment to mention our sponsors once again. Perfection Auto Works. You can go to perfectionautoworks.com, and that's where you go. Go get your oil change. They have a light that they can install in your car to keep the pack rats out.
Yeah, David.
Yeah, David. And David's actually not even here to hear me complain about him.
See, that bus went way that way.
Yeah. And they do all kinds of other cool services. And right now they're doing a 26-point inspection for free. Free. And it's one of our favorite words. Also, you have an opportunity yourselves to help us keep the show on the air because it costs us money to put this show on every week to give you support for free. Mm-hmm. So you have an opportunity to use Patreon. That's patreon.com /Guru Show. And you have an opportunity to donate as little as $1 a month. Or, we're still looking to find that $1,000 a month sponsor.
Or anywhere in between.
Or 10,000.
Well, don't.
All right. I mean,
they say shoot for the moon, but
$1 million a month.
$1 million.
That's right.
With sharks.
So whatever is within your comfort zone, if you find the show useful and you have some spare change, you can spare $1 a month. Mm-hmm. Go to patreon.com /Guru Show and support us. That would be great.
Just like Desert Pro Commercial Cleaning, LLC. The best Tucson janitorial services. We don't cut corners, we clean corners. And you can find them at TucsonDesertPro.com.
That's another thing you can see over at 64 North Harrison at the Computer Guru East location.
How clean they keep it.
That's right. The Desert Pro Commercial Cleaners does the cleaning there, and we appreciate them, and we think you will too. So give them a call.
Boop, boop.
Word.
How far back are we going? We already did pip pip cheerio.
That's groovy, man. That's groovy. All right, so you have about 6 minutes left before you can get your free tech support in 790-2040 if you want to be part of the show.
Quick questions. You can do it.
You can do it. Now, the FBI has decided that they are not having it with this dark web stuff. They're like, yeah, you want to hide over on the Tornet or otherwise known as, Darknet.
The dark web.
The dark web. Anyway, so the FBI apparently doesn't have any problem cracking that stuff these days. And they managed to round up around 1,500 pedophiles.
Good.
Which is great.
I'm okay with that.
I think that's wonderful. Because nobody appreciates a pedophile.
Nope.
What? What are you saying over there?
I think that's all we had to say.
Unless you're in prison.
Well, I don't think they appreciate them there either.
No, definitely not.
Unless it's target practice. But so
My
anyway,
point.
yeah, the FBI has they've found a way to get in there and take care of that problem, which is great. Man, it was a big project.
Oh, gosh.
So yeah, there was
The website name is even creepy.
Playpen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a website called Playpen, which
Makes
is
me want to beat people.
it is really, really uncomfortable. And it had 215,000 accounts and 11,000 unique visitors a week.
I really want to beat people up right now.
So
This is why I play video games, Mike.
So find your local FBI agent and you just go ahead and say thank you, because they went in there and shut that down, which is great.
Good.
And so the dark web, which has this sort of sinister name, and
Well, a lot of sinister stuff happens.
there are some sinister things
There's
that happen on
good
there.
things too, but
But you got to think of it like this. It's more like just a neighborhood that doesn't have very well marked streets. As
Or
far as the
community
internet is
watch.
concerned, it's a gated community.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't care what happens inside the gates, and the streets aren't marked very well. So it's not one of those things that, I had somebody ask me, they were like, well, how do I make sure that my kids aren't getting onto this dark web thing that I read about?
it's not that easy to.
And first of all, it's not that big of a concern when it
No.
comes to that type of thing.
There's plenty on the regular internet you got to worry about.
There's way more on the regular internet that you've got to worry about as far as your kids finding.
Oh, yeah.
And the cool part is that the way that kids think these days is that they are very fluent in the current internet realm, right? And they know how to get around. They can find whatever they want. However, when you start thinking about like dark web and the way that works, is it's way older school. And it's a different way of thinking. So the cool part is that today's kids don't necessarily even think about how to get into there and wouldn't understand it if they did. So, there are some smart kids out there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying your kids are stupid, by the way. I'm just saying that it's a different way of thinking. And
It's like rotary phone versus smartphone.
right. If you put a kid in front of a rotary phone right now and told them to call their friends,
Like that Kids React video. Oh, I love those
well,
videos.
somebody find a link to that and put it in the show notes.
Yeah.
But there was a video where these guys do these kids react videos, and when they do elderly reacts and all kinds of different ones. But one of the kids reacts one is that they put them in front of a rotary phone and said, "What is this?" And they're just like clueless. They had no idea how to operate this phone. First of all, they didn't even know it was a phone. No. And secondly, they had no idea how to operate it.
They're like, do we put our finger in the hole and press the button? They're like, no, you got to all the way around. This is how you had to dial. Like, they were very upset about it. They're like, I can just, tell my phone, call mom, and it goes.
Back when you had to know phone numbers.
Yeah.
Right? So there's just a different way of thinking when it comes to the dark web. And so don't sweat that a whole lot. But,
Worry about the regular internet.
But this is also the shout out to the FBI for doing a good deed.
Good job, guys.
Appreciate that. Maybe come visit us at the shop at 510 East Fort Lowell or 64 North Harrison, or give us a call 304-8300, or visit our website azcomputerguru.com. We'll see you next week right here.